Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we've held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we've watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
So we're ready to go on demand on Race On Texas, night number 2 of the 10,000 win King of the Hill. We're underway on a beautiful Saturday night. They'll roll into turn 1 and 2 for the first time here tonight. Down the back straightaway, approaching turn number 3 and 4 for the first time in this one. It's going to be Jody D leading the way. They're one by one, 2 wide back here for 5th, off of 4. They'll dominate off the exit and roll down the boulevard into 1. So into turn number 3. Flirting with disaster, hanging out the right all the way up top, and Rollo just got into the 44 of Downey. Contact between the 44 and 22 car. As the 91 of Billy Davis rolling in deep into turns 1 and 2. The 4 took to the tilt tank of 22 of Pilkington. Down straight away the right contestant battle for it. As into turn number 3, the 44 of Downey continues to shoot off the 22 of Pilkington. They'll roll off at turn number 4 down the boulevard back into 1. Jody Davidson continues the lead here at the Hill tonight. And right now, the 90 out of Western Row, it's Jody D. Jody Davidson out front with the race lead. Rollo is coming to the front. Pilkington and Ellender make some contact. Oh, and then Rollo gets into the tail tank of Double R, Ryan Roberts. And we got all kinds of carnage going on. 2 of them hooked together down the back straightaway, and the caution flag waves. All the live timing and scoring tonight for the factory stock division here at Boothill. Names, lap times, the whole enchilada for you. As the lights are out and we are back underway here at the Boothill Speedway in C feature number 1. The 4 car of Richards got way high, wide, and handsome that time. And he was able to corral the 4 car, but not before he lost the wholesale spot there. Collins goes by. And now Richards has more problems. He's got his hands full with the 91 of Davis, and we got trouble down the back straightaway. But no harm. Oh, look out. What are you doing, Mike? in October. I believe it's the third weekend in October. It typically is, so we'll get the official dates on that. But the lights are out. We're underway here off of 4. They'll roll back into 1 and 2 on the restart. Roberts has gotten back around the 50 of Ellender for second. Down the back straightaway, here comes Rollo now. As the 50 got a little cattywampus at the midpoint of the back straightaway, 22 will take advantage. He'll go to third. Knock onto the back door. Davidson for the race lead. Here comes Ryan Roberts. Ryan Roberts. Giving the 90 of Jody Davidson all his work. Jody finally got a little bit of confidence on his behalf after he has struggled mightily since he got this Outlaw Racing chassis a season ago. Still hasn't even raced it 15 times yet. Just over a handful of them. And Davidson's had his hands full, and Pilkington's coming. Roberts is taking a stab, but he's bringing along Ellender with him. Right now it's about to heat up for the race lead. Top 4 underneath the blanket right now as they roll down the back stretch into 3 and 4. Davidson still leads. The 2R of Roberts off of 4. Pilkington coming on strong. He'll pull to the back bumper to the 2R into 1. Here comes Rollo. Rollo rolling. The former Armadillo Nationals winner, Cajun Classic champion, down the back straightaway. He'll roll to the inside. They may have made a little slight kiss to contact, some right side romance perhaps. Who knows? Off of 4. Here comes Robert trying to fit the gap to the outside. He can't get the job done. Pilkington to second. Pilkington now rolls second. The Marshall Texan is coming. And Davidson better get up on the whip. Right now, your top 4 are separated themselves over the 0 of Justin Collins. 6th is the 4 of Richards. 7th is the 125 who came from dead last in this one of Lou Lyles. And the 8th and final transfer spot right now, it's going to be the 0 machine. Last Saturday night, Brad Sweet, the big cat, in the World of Outlaw sprint car race. But back in Greenwood tonight, factory stock action. It's Jody D taking the green. We're back underway. They'll hustle off into 1 on the restart. Ellender got the best of the double deuce on the restart and went to second. Ellender, the battle back here for transfers. Heating up. And the 8th and final spot now is Sawyer. The checkers are coming out. Davidson wins it. Ellender second. Pilkington third. Richards fourth. 5th is Collins. 6th is the 125 of Lou Lyles. 7th is Tidwell. Charles Duck from Sarepta. Dalton Dubois out of Robeline, Louisiana in the 55. Lee Davis from Wascom in the 100D. Dakota Wyatt from Provençal in 15X. And we're underway. They'll go at it and fight tooth and nail here for the race lead. They're 3 wide back here for 5th. Down the back stretch. Bubba McEachern starts way in the back. Started so far back that I didn't get to his name before we took the green. But he's rolling right now to the front. McEachern was stellar at this event a season ago and right in front of him. That was a good job by McEachern, speaking of, but around goes J. Will. Send them all to promoter school, as my good friend Bill Kitchen would say, as they hustle down the front boulevard into 1. It's all little John Tuggle right now here at the Boothill Speedway trying to turn his luck around. 2nd is Rogers. 3rd's the C7 of Case. 4th of Laxton. 5th is Hauser. Sean Graham rides 6th right now, doing battle with Evans. As C.J. Howell in the 8th and final transfer spot right now, as McEachern got a little loose there to the center of 3 and 4, and around goes 1 to the bottom of 3 and 4. No harm, no foul. Looks like we'll stay clean and green. So right now, it's Rogers receiving pressure for 2nd. But I'm telling you, I don't know. We may look at this battle back here. Yeah, we will. Off of 4, down the front straightaway. At the flag stand, it's heating up. Into 1, Graham, all over the back bumper to the 18 of Hauser. Doing a little roughhousing. A lot of less give and take tonight. You can guarantee it. For what's at stake here tonight. Right now, 8th and final transferee is Evans. I mean, right now they're under Grandma's quilt for it. So that time, Howell, C.J. Howell, the youngster, the 13-year-old, back to the 8th and final spot. He just got a big run off the exit of turn number 2. He'll try to fit the gap to the outside of the 7 of Evans. He slammed the door shut on him. The 18 of Hauser knocking on the back door. That was a chain reaction there. The 9J got a shot in the shorts, in effect, knocked the steering wheel out of the hands of the 18 car, and then Sean Graham had nowhere to go. And around went Scotty Case. Boy, Scotty Case has got one of the fastest race cars in the pit area. As he was leading at Arcotex a couple of weeks ago, he wasn't able to corral it over there. We're leading that 50-lap affair, and he was not able to corral it there and lost wholesale spots, but he's still inside of the top 8. As Case now has his hands full and bunching the field up, and Howell's going to be the beneficiary of the misfortune. And he will not be the one that gets his car restarted. The caution flag comes out. Ran away from the competition. We'll see if he can do it again as that 2019 Outlaw is rocking and rolling tonight as we're backing away off of turn number 4. The green is out. Little John separating himself again on this restart. He gone. And the battle for transfer. From Hauser back to 10th or 11th to 12th. It is wild right now. Here comes Graham trying to go 3 wide. They're going to run out of real estate. But he had to fit the gap. It's either take it or don't. And and Sean Graham's night just went up in heavy, heavy smoke. He's ready to battle. We'll see what he's got. Can he do it? Stacked and racked back again on the restart. We're getting the party restarted with Little John Tuggle out front with the race lead. We're back underway. Oh boy. Scotty Case about wadded him up on the front straightaway. Got a big shot in the tail tank there. Oh, out of the grooves, the 69 of the caution's back out. Oh my goodness gracious. It just turned into the Baja 3000. So we're going back green off of turn number 4. Little John Tug. Oh boy. That was a wild restart. And the nose for the 9J, will be lucky if that thing doesn't fly off. They'll roll back into turns 1 and 2. They're 3 wide for transfer. Look out, Chris Rogers just broke. Right in front of the field, and Sean Graham had nowhere to go. I'm telling you, this thing has just gotten nasty out here. Little John has been a part of all that stuff that's going on behind him for a little too long, and he's happy to be out front minding his own business here tonight. C feature number 2 taking the green and getting us back underway. Here we go. As they'll hustle back into 1 on the restart. It's the 9J of Laxton receiving pressure from the 18 of Hauser. Hauser's been really good in this C feature, just meticulously working his way towards the front. 18 will drift to the outside of this hill, and 9J washed up the racetrack. Oh my goodness gracious. And that's, folks, right there is how you walk through the threshold. Oh my goodness, Sean Graham, hello and goodbye. The Walmart special times 3. Sean Graham, he rolling now. As the white flag will be coming out this time by. Down the boulevard, they head back off into turn number 1 and 2. Race leader is Little John Tuggle in that 2019 Outlaw. Second place driver, the 18 of Crowley, Texas racer Jeff Hauser. Fending off former champion of this event, Taylor Carver. Final trip, final time down the back straightaway to 3 and 4. Yeah. Checkers are out. Little John Tuggle dominates it. Second, we'll go to the 18 of Hauser. Carver. And that was an impressive move. Second of the inaugural King of the Hill. He's got his work cut out for him tonight, but if anybody can do it, Cowboy can. He's a hard charger. Billy Mazzell from Frankston in car number 50. Ty Clampett's in the 10. And we're underway off of 4. They'll hustle into turns 1 and 2 for the first time tonight. The top 8 will transfer to C feature number 3. Now this 15-lap affair, they head down the back straightaway with their sights set on turn number 3. It's going to be Royal leading the herd. Here comes Tony Lindsay. Tony Lindsay to the inside for second. Down the front straightaway into 1. They'll roll right now underneath Grandma's quilt. Look out, Tony Lindsay way up top. Oh boy, that got ugly. Could have gotten really ugly. But actually, it didn't end up being as ugly as it appeared that it was about to be, as the one was able to finally corral the one car. But Lindsay lost wholesale spots. Nearly drops out of the top 8. So we lost Jason Lishman in this race. And Denny Gabar has jumped out front with the race lead. Denny Gabar down the back straightaway has the race lead in 911. So Denny from 5th to 1st early in this one. As we tick off the laps here in C feature number 3. Right now, your 8th and final transferee that last time by was Billy Mazzell, the 2-time champion here at the Greenwood Oval. The former ARCA Series racer. Mazzell has been back racing about full-time for almost a year, but hasn't been hard at it like he was when he won the titles here in 2011 and 12 after suffering a heart attack here year before last. Oh, and Billy nearly lost the handle. He got a major shot in the shorts over there. The 22 at Graham knocked the steering wheel out of his hands. And it's Denny G right now with the race lead over Ryan Powers. 3rd is Thomas Woodruff. Everybody tiptoeing right now, separated by about the same distance around the racetrack. Downey behind Royal. 6th is Jason Cook. 7th is Welch. 8th, Billy Mazzell still holding on to the final spot. They'll continue to walk around the Boothill Speedway with their Hoosier Tire shoes on tonight. And the 911 of Denny Gabar, he gone. So we'll look at these cats back here trying to battle for a few positions here near the tail and the top, trying to get inside of the top 8. And there's your debris caution right there. And turns 1 and 2, debris in the middle of the racetrack. Victor Lane in big paying events, trying to do it for the first time in his career in a factory stock tonight. The former Texas Motor Speedway U.S. National Dirt Track Champion leads us to the green flag. We're back underway here at the Boothill Speedway. Oh my goodness, and the 50 of Billy Mazzell takes a scenic route through the infield, and the caution flag immediately comes out. Tiffany Welch up out of the groove. Tough break for Jason Cook. Oh, Cook. Man, he had a transfer spot in the bag, and last night his second round of heats does not go to expectation. as he's going to have to pull a prayer and a Hail Mary out of his back pocket if he wants to get inside of this one. Oh, they got trouble down the back straightaway, though. He may be able to do it. Final turn, final time, coming to the checkered flag. Getting a shot in the shorts for whatever reason there to Cook. The 7 of Blanchard. Six laps the distance, so we should just have a few more trips remaining. The lights are out. We're back underway. As Toby Davis will lead them into turns 1 and 2. Will tonight, could it be the night the young man finds ABC Auto Parts victory lane? Boy, that got close. The white flag is out for Toby Davis. And that young man is just running away from the competition as Rambo, the reigning spooky winner at Timberlawn Speedway, has a head of steam down the backstretch. But it looks like Toby Davis going to be able to hold on. Here comes Rambo. Final turn, final time of the checker flag. 12-year-old racer Toby Davis wins his first ever heat race at Boothill tonight. My apologies, folks, for not giving you these full lineups. I'll give them to you when I can see them, but I need to get my eyes checked. Well, I think Josh Warren got a visit by that car in the shop this week because it looked like he may have turned some wrenches on it and test and tuned it a little bit. He gone out front with the race lead. Josh Warren leading this one. So Brittany Graham having a race with a lap car here, the K7. And nonetheless, she's comfortably in second over the rest of the field as they're waging war back here. Steve McEachin in the 0 car who won last Friday night at the Showtime Speedway. Look out, they drive it in deep. Oh my goodness. And Steve ain't gonna like it too much. 8 tires better than 4. Sydney Boggs in the 3S car just went for a little wild ride there off the exit of 2. Her first start to my knowledge. Oh, look out as the 14 at Collier walked through the threshold there, and he just got by. He just got through. Couldn't have slid the Holy Spirit between those 2 race cars as he rolled down the backstretch. As Collier's got his hands full there with Davis, as well as the 99 of Hudson. They wage war for 3rd. As out front with the race lead, it's Eddie Brewer of Atlanta, Texas, in car number BC, a feature race winner this season. We've only had 1 feature race repeat winner in 2019, as we've had 9 different winners in this division in 2019. And Collier, your most recent one, who's waging war there with the 99 of Little Mike Hudson. Final turn, final time, coming to the checkered flag. Again, out of Atlanta, Texas, your winner in the BC, Eddie Brewer, takes your 3rd and final 4-cylinder heat race victory of the night. Big Mike snags 2nd. Chase Davis will finish 3rd in the 29D. Out the field, so 7 cars ready to go. 8 laps to distance. Top 3 transferred to tonight's Pro Mod A main event. one, the 62-year-old veteran racer to the F5 from New Boston, Texas. Inside of the next row, starting ninth, Chris Whitehead of Kilgore, and Neil Kemp, your opening night winner at Boothill in Club 20. We're underway off of turn number 4. The top 6 go to the main event as they head down the boulevard. Into 1 and 2 for the first time. Down the front stretch, and Jason Ingalls went down there. He smelled blood in the water, flirted with some disaster as well. It's about to get wild here at the hill. And that's a good quality circuit right there. I'm not sure anyone touched. And they are scattered, smothered all over the racetrack right now. Richards just got cattywampus. He corrals it. No harm, no foul for him. He goes to the tail. So off of 4. Leading lap. Oh, into the retaining wall. A good. Boy, I bet he's glad that will be a race leader. The Tyler Texan will lead him to the point in turns 3 and 4. Judge, jury, and executioner Keith Parker has the green flag in hand, ready to drop it over the field, and we're underway off of 4. They're going to go 4 wide into 1 and 2, 3 different lanes wide for sure. Off of 2, down the back straightaway, still 3 wide. Down the back straightaway, here comes the 151 to the back bumper of Racing Jason. Tommy Williams Jr., a pair of open wheel modified aces, roll off of turn number 4 as they come down the front stretch into 1. Dean Rasco's got his hands full. Wow, how did Wilburn corral it? As the 151 of Tommy Williams, not very, man, I'm telling you, it's wild right here. And it's wild near the tail. They're wrecking. Full 2, so hopefully they can keep that up if needed. So the 14 of Kelly Lockie takes the green from the front row. We're back underway. Oh, folks, it's getting messy out here. 3 wide for second down the back straightaway. The racetrack is really shaping up nicely. Tim Higgins has done a fantastic job with this speed plan all year long, and the racetrack is certainly looking good. This is how you want it at this point of the night, because it's just going to get better, I believe. Still some moisture down there at the bottom of the racetrack, and there's still a little bit of a cushion up there on the top lip as they're 3 wide now for third. Down the back straightaway, Jason Ingalls has a hot rod, and they'll roll into 3 and 4. Top 6 to the main event. Rasco still holds second. Off of 4. They come back down the front straightaway. Jason Ingalls will look to relegate the 15 of Garland back to 4th as he'll try to go to 3rd. Can't get the job done. The outside line momentum continues to work to the advantage of JT Garland out of Cleveland, Texas. He'll rocket to the outside of the 5 and take 3rd back. Indian Giver being played for 3rd now as a 66 of Wilburn back 1 spot in 5th. 6th and final transferee is Tommy Williams Jr. right now. 1 spot out looking into the F5 of Skeet Amison. But this war that's waged here from 2nd back to 4th is a good one between Ingalls and Colt 45 now. As here comes Jason Ingalls. Ingalls drives down to the bottom of the racetrack, gives some love to the Colt 45, but Rasco too strong up top. Dean Rasco with 78 career wins here at the Boothill Speedway rolls off a 2 down the back straightaway. The 1995, 1996, and 1997 Louisiana State Dirt Track Championship winner in the Street Stock Division rolls off a 4 with the 2nd spot in hand, but receiving pressure from an Ingalls. What's new? It's Jason Ingalls tonight, rolling down to the inside of him for 2nd. It's a great battle. Oh, 1 exiting the back straightaway just at the nick of time. And they're still neck and neck for 2nd. The best battle on the racetrack. Rasco on the edge of disaster, giving the Colt 45 all it's worth, but Ingalls going to take 2nd at the line. Jason Ingalls on the wheel of the Laser Racing chassis. Number 5 for Paul Lopez tonight. Down the back straightaway, Glenn Perry builds a superb chassis, and he is starting to see more and more of these cars. Up front is right now a Laser leads at Boot Hill. It's Kelly Lockie out front minding his own business as the 5 of Ingalls looking to hunt him down. So unless he gets a caution, I'm not sure that Ingalls will have time to walk to the back bumper of Kelly Lockie, who has set sail out front. Turned the best lap of this race with an 18.446. Ingalls' best time on lap number 7. Just 2 laps ago, it was an 18.597. So Lockie certainly setting the pace out front and consistently the quickest car on the racetrack right now at this juncture. As they roll back into 1. Tick-tock, the race clock goes. There's only or there's 8 laps to go now. 8 laps to go, so still plenty of time to get the job done. The battle for transfer right now is heating up. Wilburn occupies the 6th and final transfer spot right now. Tommy Williams Jr. has walked his way to 5th. Williams Jr. up to 5th now on the 151K. J. Will 6th with Amison looking to stalk his back bumper. As Colt 45 Rasco has his hands full with Garland, as Dean continues to rip and roll around the top shelf of the Boothill Speedway. So last year coming into this race, Dean Rasco had held the points lead all year of 2018. Here at Boothill had the points lead, of course, ended up winning the track title, but Scott Young had taken the points lead away from him just the weekend prior to the King of the Hill. Boy, that was a huge wind out of his sails as Scott Young was able to get that track provisional for the points leader. Tonight, of course, that goes to Josh Daugherty. So Colt 45 has to race his way into this thing for the 2nd straight year as he has his hands full now with the 151. Dean better go, and he better go now. He's really loose rolling that top shelf of the racetrack, and Williams just threw a nice textbook move on him, but a shot in the shorts. Dino gave him a shot there. Dean now going to cross lines, a little bit of slight kiss of contact. 151, Colt 45 going at it. Rasco. All right, right now we got the battle for transfer, but also a battle for the race lead. I don't really care who wins, actually. Yeah, I do. I care, but this battle for transfer is finna get wild, I think. But we wish we had multiple eyeballs or multiple cameras, but right now Ingles is taking a stab. The white flag's out. Who's going to win it? Who's going to get the final transfer spot? Right now, it's Jacob Wilburn. Not sure if Amison's going to be able to do anything with it. We'll see if Jason Ingles up front can do anything. He'll drive it down to the bottom side in the 3-4, show Kelly Lockie some love, but it won't work. Lockie says, sit down, take a seat for me, Jason. And he'll hold back his good friend Jason Ingles. Kelly Lockie wins it. 3rd for JT Garland. 4th, the 151 of Tommy Williams Jr. 5th, we'll go to the Colt 45 of Rasco. And boy, Skeet did get a good run. 100X. The 63P is Olin Holder. Little John Tuggle, who had a hot rod earlier. We'll see what happens. The lights are out. We are underway. And they'll continue. Oh, and there's a little bit of contact there. With the 41 of Alasko to the back bumper to the 12 of Perry. Off of turn number 4, Dylan Alasko on the edge of disaster right now. He's got the 1 star to his inside of Furr. Right now, your top 6. In the 6th and final transfer spot of the opening lap, it'll be the 1 star Cameron Furr. Perry was 5th. Now they go neck and neck for 5th and 6th. Alasko throwing his hat into the ring. Very, very close. Whitehead leads the first couple of circuits as he heads off a 2 down the back straightaway. Whitehead's first time an 18.538 to an 18.718 for Bobby Jordan. And around goes Trouble. Trouble for trouble. And this machine, he's finished second in it 4 times in these big races. So the lights are out. We're back underway. Whitehead stretches it out here on the restart. Everybody tippy-toeing around the outside of the racetrack right now. Furr doing battle. The 83, where did he come from? Calvin Tucker in the 5th spot in the 83 down the back straightaway. Hands are full of the 1 star of Furr. In the 3 and off the turn number 4 they come this time by. Furr fading outside of the top 6 now. Cook will take it. Brian Cook into the 6th and final transfer spot. Right now the 3 different lane line. Here comes Chris Hennigan. Chris Hennigan down to the inside for the final transfer spot. Into turn number 3 they roll. As Whitehead running away in this one in 36J. 17 of Jordan. The 10P of Prince. Right now your top 3. And the battle from 4th on back to about 10th to 11th is wild. And that's how the going gets tougher as you keep transferring the best of the best towards the front. But this is the last chance you got. You better throw your ace of spades out now because you ain't got another opportunity. As Brian Cook still holds on to the 6th and final spot, and he goes 3 wide there momentarily for 4th, 5th. As Chris Hennigan better get up on it and go. Still 14 laps to get the job done as they roll through 3 and 4. Alrighty, folks, let's get this party restarted. It's Justin Whitehead with the race lead here at Boothill and your final B feature. So heading down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. There's just too much going on up here tonight. As tippy-toeing around the outside shelf of the Boothill Speedway. 36J of Whitehead leads, but the 17 of Jordan. The battle back here for third's a good one, though. As we'll take a peek here as they roll down the back straightaway as they approach turn number 3. The 10P of Prince holding off the charge from the 12 of Bo Perry. The 83 of Tucker in a transfer spot. Here comes Alasko for the final transfer spot through turns 3 and 4 with 2 laps to go. Here comes DeLeon down the front straightaway. He coming on into turn number 1. Dylan Alasko. Can he steal it late? He'll roll to the top shelf of the Boothill Speedway and smash the throttle through the firewall down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Here comes Alasko. He'll grab the 6th and final transfer spot as he rolls through 3 and 4. The white flag's coming out this time. Get out of the way, sir. Down the front straightaway into 1. Come on, man. Don't do it. Look, you're trying to wreck. That's such a... Wow, he's best Bobby Pierce impression, and that is unfortunate for Dylan Alasko because he had the spot. And welcome back to the saddle for Jeff Larry from Minden, Louisiana, the 15G. I think he's got the best looking car in the house this weekend. He always has a good looking race car. We're underway. The top 6 go to the main event. Some good hungry hounds in this one. We're about to find out who's got the best hot rod of the bunch in this one. And the final few cars that'll make up your 50-lap, $10,000 to win main event tonight here at the Boothill Speedway. Oh, and Josh Martin got some assistance from 81 of Ingalls. Maybe. Awesome. Down the back straightaway to turn number 3. We're on the restart, on the original restart. Leading lap 1 will be the 100 for Tommy Mercer Motorsports. It'll be Lee Patton. They're 3 wide off of turn number 4 for transfer. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 is Johnny Torres. One spot out looking in as they approach lap number 1. Or complete lap number 1. They roll off a 2 down the back straightaway. Oh, and contact in the midpoint of the back straightaway between Jeff Bates and the 26 of Johnny Torres. It's hitting up at Boot Hill. Off of turn number 4 down the front stretch. Jeff Larry has him. Oh, we got a loose wheel. And we've got Ingalls taking the Dukes of Hazzard scenic route. Y'all look out over there. And that's what the catch fence is for. So the catch fence serves its purpose. I mean, the kid hadn't, I call him a kid, he hadn't sat behind the wheel of a race car, and I can't tell you, and I don't know if he's ever driven a factory stock, and he's been very impressive this weekend. We're back underway off of turn number 4. They head back down the front stretch. Here comes Johnny Torres now to the inside of Jeff Larry. They'll go neck and neck. Off a 2 down the back straightaway. More carnage near the tail. Look out, David Edwards. And he might have whiplash come Monday morning. The 22 of Graham tried to get by. And come on, David, pull it to the infield. Okay, David Edwards going to get it refired. No harm, no foul. David Edwards, tough break for him. Will pull it to the infield, but we get a caution. As Lee Patton, with the lights out, will take the green here off of turn number 4. Foots to the firewall. We're back underway here at Boot Hill. Back off into turns 1 and 2. Lee Patton going to lead them off a 2 down the back straightaway. Donald Kane fighting tooth and nail to the inside of Greenwood for second. And oh, look out, Ricky Ingalls. Oh my goodness gracious, Ricky Ingalls hard upside down. One of the hardest crashes that we've seen at this racetrack in quite some time. Donald Kane came up, slammed the door shut, and Ricky Ingalls with a violent crash into turn number 3. And out climbs a 61-year-old veteran racer, Ricky Ingalls. We've seen some really violent crashes there on the... Jeff had to have some health issues evaluated, so we certainly hope and pray all the best for the Whitehead family as they have to watch this one from afar this weekend. The lights are out. We're back underway with the 100 of Patton on the loud pedal. We're back underway. Off a 2, or they're heading off a 2 down the back stretch. This time Donald Kane relegates the 27 back to 4th as here comes Johnny T. Johnny Torres rolling the hub, rolls it well. They'll go 3 wide momentarily for second. Off of turn number 4. They're 1 by 3 by 2 by 1. Your top 6 down the front straightaway underneath Grandma's quilt as they hustle into turns 1 and 2. Donald, first name, last name, raising some cane in the 3. Donald Kane has a hot rod tonight as the 27 of Greenwood continues to fend off. Oh boy, contact there between Ryan Powers, the 193 of Seals, and the 7 of Bates. All kinds of beating and banging going on for transfer as it's coming down to it, but still plenty of laps to go yet in this one. But every lap's so very valuable here at the hill tonight. You don't have an opportunity to let up an inch. As Patton still leads, the 25L of Donald Kane across the stripe. 27 of Greenwald sits third. Fourth is San Antonio, Texas racer Johnny Torres, who sits fourth. The battle for fifth and sixth down the back straightaway is Bates and Seals. One spot out looking in is the R12 of Flying Ryan Powers. He better live up to his moniker and begin flying, because Flying Ryan ain't too quickly right now on the throttle, but he's right there in the mix. Ryan Powers in the mix. The battle for transfer right now is heated up. Oh, and contact for it right there. Seals and the R12 of Powers, and Powers just cost himself the rest of this one, as he was right there into the mix, as they had been beating and banging the 193 head and the R12 of Powers. So Joe Miller, the new entry tonight, he's got it working well. Right on the doorstep of a transfer spot. He's seventh. We're back underway here at the Boothill Speedway. They'll roll into turns 1 and 2 on the restart. Kane stepped it out right in front. They're 3 wide for third off the exit of 2. Kane back on the throttle. Down the back straightaway. They're neck and neck here for second and for third and fourth. Bates around the top shelf of the Boothill Speedway. He'll roll the middle lane, though, that time. The 26 BR of Johnny Torres to his inside. They're 1 by 2 by 2 by 2 all the way to the tail. And the racetrack is really shaping up nicely, folks. As down the back straightaway, Kane has a screaming run to the outside of 27, relegates him back to third. Bates trying to hold strong on the outside of the racetrack. It's anybody's guess who's going to get the sixth and final transfer spot. And a very impressive performance for the killer, Joe Miller. And Joe Miller's night just may have, oh boy, he corralled it. Don't know how he did it, but he corralled it. He's got some kind of golden horseshoe tonight, so he'll continue to hold on to that horseshoe. Into 3. Off of 4. Working down to it. It'll be 6 to go. It'll be 5 laps to go when they get by the flag stand this next time. As right now, the battle for transfer. It's the 23 of Joe Miller, the 93 of Seals, and the 911 of Denny Gabar. Here comes Denny G. Denny G working the hub and working it well. He'll go to the inside of Seals down the front boulevard as they head off into 1 with 5 laps to go. 5 to settle the score to make up your final 6 spots of this main event coming up tonight for 10 grand to win. As it's all Lee Patton all the time here at Boot Hill. Kane still rides second comfortably over the 27 of Joshua Greenwald. Torres showing up the Boot Hill and showing out in the factory stock. First time he's raced at this racetrack. He hustles into 1. JT around the top shelf of the Boot Hill Speedway. He's got it working to his advantage and puts the 7 back to 5th. The battle for 6th and final spot is what we're going to look at here coming down to the wire. We'll see if Denny Gabar can get it working around the bottom and pull even with either the 93 or the 23 of Miller. But Miller ready to send the rest of this field packing, as he was in here last night, and he's trying to prove that it may not matter. Had to have felt like it was going to be an uphill battle, but man, what a to face some adversity to come from where he's came. He's got to feel pretty good if he can hold on. But he's got 2 more trips. And he's got a hungry hound barking at his tail tank right now. Here comes Seals, who just pushed it a little too hard, and he cost the 911 of Denny Gabar as well. Seals nearly lost the handle and bottled up the 911 of Denny G. And the white flag's out unless Barring a mechanical failure or a catastrophe, Joe Miller's going to transfer and make this main event tonight. Final trip down into turns 1 and 2, and with Lee Patton sights set on 3 and 4 for the final time. The Quitman, Louisiana racer will put one of the Tommy Mercer Motorsports Outlaw chassis into the show tonight. Lee Patton, your winner in 100. Second will go to Kane. Third, 27 of Greenwald. Fourth will go to Johnny Torres. Fifth will go to Bates. 23 of Miller will grab the sixth and final transfer spot. So he had to hop out of his factory and hop directly into this one, so he's going to have to run about nearly 30 straight. Lights are out. We're underway. I don't know what else you're going to need down there, but you may need a little bit of it. We'll see how high it gets. If you're trying to auction into the show, head to the back straightaway to the fuel shed. We're back underway in your limited modified last chance. Your limited modified last chance qualifiers back underway as Cliff Tupper goes high side hustling off of 2 down the back straightaway with the 20 of Tidwell now around the hub. Here comes Dylan Spear from Marshall. Spear feeling a little bit better about himself early on in this one, as the car has not been working to his liking the last couple of nights. As Cliff Tupper hanging it out up top. Davis going to try to get his first ever win tonight, but Josh Warren going to be a tough customer from the outside. We're underway at the Boothill Speedway, and your first main event of the night, the 5th annual King of the Hill main events are underway. In a 1 and 2 for the first time tonight in this one. Neck and neck down the back straightaway, side by side for the race lead, the 21D of Davis. Going to look to fend off the BC of Brewer, who's rolling the bottom and rolling it well. Four-cylinder main event is back underway, and they'll hustle off into turns 1 and 2 on the restart and setting sights down the back straightaway now. Josh Warren overtaking the 12 of Davis, or the 21D of Davis. As off of turn number 4, Davis trying to fight back to the 1 of Warren, and the caution is going to be the next group of racers that come out of these beginner front wheel drives as it's Josh Warren back playing tonight. And we're back underway. Uh-oh. Almost had it corralled. And Toby Davis could not get out of harm's way. And the caution will have to come right back out. Josh Warren for Two to go for Miss Triple X, Brittany Graham. Coming around this time by to the white flag. She'll head down the back straightaway for the final time. Looking to receive the checkers this time. Your 2019 King of the Hill winner in the 4-cylinder division goes to Brittany Graham and Miss Triple X. The lady shows the boys how it's done tonight, driving the J&J Motorsports WW Timber Triple X out of Shreveport, Louisiana. Her 4th career win at the Boothill Speedway. Former Louisiana State Dirt Track Champ. Give it up for Miss Triple X, Brittany Graham. Well, Brittany, let's go here. These great race fans and for the Race on Texas cameras here. Brittany took the lead there late in the going, had quite a few cautions, but nonetheless, you stayed at it and you got up front and you took the race lead, never looked back from there.
Yeah, I was determined to get up there, give it everything I got, and try and put on a good show for the fans. We have a great crowd tonight.
It's got to be pretty special to win in front of a crowd like this.
Yeah, it is for sure. I don't think I've ever won in front of this many people.
You've won a Louisiana State Dirt Track Championship. This has got to be right up there as the biggest win of your career.
Yeah, it is for sure. It was a blast, and I thank all y'all fans for coming out.
I know that Sean couldn't get a win. He had some bad luck tonight, but he'll park the Miss Triple X car in Victory Lane.
Yeah, at least one of us can.
Let's hear about the folks that help you out.
Gotta thank Sean, of course. He got it ready for me this week. Hitman Designs, Summer Grove Auto Care, Troy, he helps me a lot. W&W Timber, J&J Motorsports, Jody Prince, and anybody else that helps us in the past or even now on it.
Hey, ease up on it, would you? Give it up, ladies and gentlemen. It's Miss Triple X, Brittany Graham, and Vic announced their name as soon as we can get them all to kill their motors. Again, hey, can I get the help from as many kids as I can to meet me right here at the flag stand when I come up so we can do a quick gentleman start your engines to get these guys to refire their motors in a few moments. I can let your kids go down there. I promise I won't take them with me or anything. we'll return them. The driver was night out of Troop, Texas, driving car number 3. Joe Miller going to start near the tail again with the 7 of Jeff Bates out of Tyler, Texas. And the driver top 5 became a regional points right now out of Kilgore, Texas, the reigning Rose Bowl track champion, and car number 7. It'll be TJ Evans in car number 7, Boothill Speedway. And the number 100, one of the quick ones. He's been overdue to win in this Tommy Mercer Motorsports car with the PTS power plant underneath the hood of the Outlaw Racing chassis. It's win again. Chris hitting it from Marshall, Texas in the 100. Boothill, y'all got to give these guys a round of applause. Driver the Twin City Towing number 55 out of Bossier City, Louisiana. Driving the JJ Motorsports entry for Joe Best Motorsports tonight. Again, out of Bossier City, it's Cody Myers in 55M. Feature race winner here this season, driving the Ford-powered Osborne race car, James River Restaurant Auto Repair. Sorry about that. Sorry about this, guys. It happens. Technology, it's fun. The Junior out of Shreveport. Hey, give him a hand. It's Josh Daughtery. And the driver of the Camus Electric 22W Red River Pump Specialist, number 22W, from Shreveport, Louisiana, last night's Lucky Draw feature event winner, Cody White in 22W. And from Calhoun, Louisiana, driving the DS Construction Total Custom Cars and Dyno Ford-powered number J27, it's Scotty Case from Calhoun, Louisiana. The driver of the HM Chassis House car came from 25th to 4th in this event last season from Highlands, Texas, J. Will Jacob Wilburn in 66. And to the inside of him out of Florine, Louisiana, the multi-time Showtime Speedway track champion of the 100, it'll be Brian Cook from Florine, Louisiana. And in car number 83 out of Cleveland, Texas, it'll be the car number 83 of Calvin Tucker. Calvin Tucker to the KMO Racing number 80. The reigning Boothill Speedway factory stock track champion of the 5-star builders, Walker Spring and Brake 45. It's Dino D. Rasco, and baby, that's all you need in Colt 45. And 26 BR Laser Racing chassis tonight from San Antonio, Texas. It'll be Johnny Torres in 26 BR. And the driver of the Superior Bar and Grill, number 12, out of Bossier City, Louisiana, sponsored by J&J Motorsports, and against Superior Bar and Grill, it's Bo Perry in 12. 151 won the non-qualifier event here last season of the 10,000. He just 3,000 four Friday nights ago at RPM of the 4th Annual SmackDown. From Mansfield, Texas, give him a hand, race fans, for Tommy Williams Jr. To the inside of Tommy, a 2-time winner at Boothill Speedway this season, driving the Performance Automotive Transmission Center, number 27. Feature race winner here last Saturday night, Josh Greenwood, 27 from Greenwood, Louisiana. And out of Civil, Louisiana, on the Homont Sales and Rental, WJ Holly Consult, number 10, J&J Motorsports entry. Hey, welcome back. It's Jody Prince in Tempe. Driver number 15, your top qualifier here for the Battle of Boot Hill a few weeks ago. Really? JT Garland. In car number 25 tonight, a stellar run all weekend for Donald Kane Jr. tonight. Donald Kane Jr. in car number 25. Inside in car number 17J tonight. Give him a hand. It's Bobby Jordan from 17J. Outside of row number 3. He his way in, so he didn't have to use his time trial provisional from Thursday night. But driving for Paul Lopez this weekend in the Twin City Towing Laser Chassis number 5 from Longview, Texas. Give him a hand. It's racing Jason Ingalls. Equipment Louisiana driving the Outlaw Racing Chassis, Tommy Mercer Motorsports PTS powered number 100. It's Lee Patton from Quitman, Louisiana. The 7-time Cajun Classic winner, the reigning $10,000 winner of the King of the Hill, and the Thompson Motorsports, Henry's Motorsports, RaceOnTexas.com. Texas oldest Ford dealership, Saints Ford 36J. Give him a hand. It's Justin Whitehead, 36J. The driver of the RKT operating Dirty Deeds Motorsports Laser Racing Chassis, number 14, the AMS by Kittler Power Plant underneath the hood. It's Hollywood Kelly Lockey in 14 from Tyler, Texas. And your front row tonight, race fans, just won $4,000 last month at Arklatex Speedway, the biggest win of his career for the Factory Stock 50 victory. And the reigning Texarkana track champion. And car number 32, sponsored by Thompson Motorsports. He's got the Club 20 dig underneath the 32 with the best engine power plant underneath the hood of his Outlaw chassis. Give him a hand. It's Brandon Brown in 32 from Hooks, Texas. Top qualifier tonight. The driver sits top. And the KMO Racing regional point standings comes into this weekend with 12 wins between 5 different racetracks, and he is looking to get his first big Crown Jewel win. The driver of the Ronnie's Auto Sales No Performance Engines, Supreme Vinyl Graphics, number 27, and a home-built chassis. This young man built this car himself. 26 years old out of Conroe, Texas. Dalton Faulkner, 20 consider tonight. So here's a salute to you, race fans, the baddest factory stock drivers on the planet. The 5th annual King of the Hill coming at you 4 wide off of turn number 4. Boy, stock car racing's come a long way, hasn't it? Y'all think we should just go ahead and start them 4 wide? Yeah, I think so. I actually want to see a few cars finish, but that would be Texas, the 26-year-old, ready to take the green flag. On demand on RaceOnTexas.com as the 27 of Dalton Faulkner takes the green. We're ready to go for 50 laps. $10,000 is hanging in the balance, and we're underway from the Boothill Speedway. We're rolling the 1 and 2 for the first time tonight. Faulkner will lead lap number 1 and 27. Faulkner going to lead the first circuit tonight here at the Boothill Speedway. It's going to be very important to who got the whole shot in this one. As Faulkner gets it, he'll lead them down the back straightaway on lap 2. To the top I go. So right now it's Dalton Faulkner jumping out early with the race lead. Brandon Brown receiving pressure from his good friend Justin Whitehead. Those 2 cars come out of the same shop in Hooks. As down the front straightaway, Faulkner going to tippy-toe around the outside cushion of the Boothill Speedway and work at his advantage. As Whitehead continues to take a stab underneath the factory stock 50 winner Brandon Brown. Lockey upstairs, Hollywood in 14 rides 4th. As Lee Patton has his hands full with the 5 of Jason Ingalls. Ingalls rolls the bottom of the racetrack to the inside of Lee Patton. Behind them is the police chief, Bobby Jordan. They're 3 wide behind them. Greenwood, the 15 of Garland, and the 25 of Donald Kane. So Whitehead has separated himself, disposed of his teammate Brandon Brown, relegated into 3rd. Now he can set his sights on Faulkner. Can Dalton Faulkner run a 50-lap race? I believe he can, as he's able to set sail out front and mind his own business and run his own pace in this race. But as Whitehead is so good working the bottom side of the racetrack, Faulkner, is he overusing his equipment? It's very early, but Whitehead is marching him down. The winningest driver in this division, the winningest stock car driver in the United States of America, outside of Mike Nichols in Iowa, Justin Whitehead has been, he's relentless, folks, and you had to know coming into this weekend, it's similar to Donnie Schatz at Knoxville. I realize it's on a different playing field, but right here in the Arklatex, the man to beat is 36J. And 36J right now has his crosshairs dialed to the 27 of Faulkner, and he'll follow him up to the top shelf of the cushion for the first time in this one. But we'll take a look back here for 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, as the 5 of Jason Ingles is trying to march his way towards the front. He'll go to the inside of the 100 of Patton. They've been side by side since the drop of the green flag in this one. Ingles will go back to the low side of the Boothill Speedway off of 4. He'll get a nose up on Patton that time. Ingles gets a nose up on him. They roll back into one of the back of the 14 of Kelly Lockie for 4th. Brown being closed in by the 14 of Lockie. He brings the 5 and the 100 along with him. As here comes Justin Whitehead for the race lead. Off of 4, the 27 of Faulkner nearly jumped the cushion that time, flirting with disaster as the 27. Could we possibly go caution-free tonight? The 100 just exited down to the infield. Tough break as Brian Cook has a feather in his cap for making this main event, but it is DONE for him tonight. As here comes 36J for the race lead. He'll come up a little bit short that time, but he's starting to reel in. He's chipping away at it. Getting closer. Faulkner's about to feel the pressure. Can Faulkner last for the entirety of this one? Trying to fend off and run the pace that 36J wants him to run. The caution's out for the first time. As we're...
How many laps are in?
Yeah, mine, I don't know what's up with this. Backing away at Boothill. Here comes Whitehead to the inside for the race lead on the restart, and we got Jeff Hauser up at the top of the racetrack, coming up limp, and here comes 36J for the race lead. Whitehead to the inside for the race lead, and I'm telling you, the racetrack's really good right now. It's good. If you want to make some gains, you want to make movement, you can certainly do it. As Faulkner just jumped the cushion just a little bit that time, and Whitehead's going to look to slide up. He won't be able to get the job done this time. Half of a nose up, taking the lead back to 27. 36J is yet to officially lead a lap. Whitehead takes the race lead off the exit of corner number 2. Looking to become the first repeat winner of this event. Folks, at the surface of it, it may seem that Whitehead may just be cruising to another victory, but we run the entire laps for a reason. As he is relentless in these big paying money events, but you have to know that 36J is racing with kind of a heavy heart this weekend. His father, his mother's not able to be here. They're watching from afar. Backing away off of turn number 4 with Justin Whitehead out front with the race lead here at Boothill. $10,000 on the line, and we got major carnage off of turn number 4. We'll get an immediate caution back out on the racetrack, I do imagine. And the 10P of Prince, I certainly wouldn't count out the 5 car if he can get some clearance and work his way closer here. And he may need a late caution, but I'm telling you, the 5 car, if he can keep all 4s under it, he'll be a factor. We're backing away. He's on the back bumper of 32 on the restart as they head off into 1. Brandon Brown sells it off into 1 and 2 to the outside of the 27 of Faulkner. The 5 of Ingles in tow. He'll dispose of the 100 of Patton. Ingles will elect to stay to the outside of the Boothill Speedway and tuck in tow behind the 32 of Brandon Brown through 3 and 4. And off of 4. Brandon's way hung out off of exit. But the car pretty quickly, still to say the least, just a little loose as 32. As Ingles going to look to dive down to the inside of him and diamond off the exit of corner number 2 and elect to maybe go 3 wide. Gives a shot in the shorts to the 27 of Faulkner. The 32 of Brown's got it rolling up top now. Brandon Brown trying to use every inch of the Boothill Speedway to the racing surface to his advantage, and he screams back down the front boulevard into 1. Brandon Brown has turned the second quickest lap of this race. So Whitehead is stretching it out now. time and time again, I think I've been catching a little bit of catching some flack lately because I seem to give Justin Whitehead too much credit, and I always say I'm not giving him too much credit. I'm giving credit when credit's due. It almost doesn't make sense sometimes how dominant he can be in these big races, but he dots his T's, crosses his I's, and he dang sure brings everything he's got. He may not be the fastest car in time trials. He may not be the fastest car in passing points or be the top qualifier, but you bet your hard-earned dollar when it comes to 50-lap race time, he's going to be on the money, and you better had your business worked out because he's going to give you the business. As Whitehead rolls into turn number 3, about a half a straightaway up in front of the 27 of Faulkner, who finally prevailed over the battle of Jason Ingles in the 32 of Brandon Brown. Brown had a costly mistake a couple of laps ago. As now, back here, outside of the top 5 behind Patton, going door-to-door, the 27 of Greenwood, the 17 of Jordan. Greenwood will roll the hub as everybody seems to be tippy-toeing around the outside of the racetrack. That's the quickest line on the track, but Justin Whitehead showing right now as he's searching. He diamonds off the exit of 4, and he takes the low road into 1 and 2. Smooth as satin. Whitehead trying to make it a snoozer here in Greenwood tonight. As he rolls off of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. The 3-time limited modified winner this season. Sorry, 2-time limited, two limited wins here. He's got 4 total. He's got the most wins at Boothill of any driver in any division total. As off of 2 down the back straightaway, it's 27 of Faulkner trying to reel him in. Ingles in tow in 3rd. It's Brandon Brown 4th. 5th is the 100 to lead Patton 6th. Greenwald just broke. 27 of Greenwald just broke. It's thick a fork in him. He's DONE. He may stop. He'll pull it to the infield in 27. He'll keep us under the green flag. Tough break for the 2-time winner this season at the Greenwood, Louisiana, Joshua Greenwald in 27. The man on the move, coming out of the C-Main tonight, Johnny Torres out of San Antonio, Texas. He's put the 15 of Garland back to 8th. Torres is up to 7th. This last lap time. The last time by Justin Whitehead with an 18.674 to Dalton Faulkner's 18.684. So still 4/10 quicker, or 4/1000ths quicker right now as they roll down the front straightaway into 1. They'll need a caution if they want to play with 36J tonight and try to steal the 10K out of his back pocket. But remember, we run 50 laps for a reason. Don't like to reiterate the heartbreak he had here a couple of years ago, but that is the sole reason why you would mention it, as he does a good job of dotting his T's and I's and doesn't typically fall out of these kind of races. But lap traffic about to become a factor. The problem is he has such a sizable lead now. He'll be able to carve through them and has a little bit of leeway. And then 27 will have to get there. They're going to have to really bottle him up several lanes wide. And the best time of that previous lap was turned by Jason Ingles. Jason Ingles with an 18.608. 18.608 for Jason Ingles. So, lap traffic approaching. He disposes of the C7 of Scotty Case. Case gets disposed of, put down a lap. Whitehead last time by was a 19.069 to an 18.713 for Dalton Faulkner. So it's clearly slowed Whitehead down a little bit that previous lap. But again, enough of an advantage out front where it's not really going to hurt him. Likely has no idea how much of a lead that he has at this juncture of the race. But he ought to be able to get a good look here as he rolls off a 2. Now on the back straightaway approaching turn number 3. There are 2 lanes in front of him. Whitehead and 36J. Where will he go and where will he hide? Nobody close enough right now where it even will be a big factor as the 151 slides up the racetrack and Whitehead will go by. Show some respect to him, gets out of the throttle. Through 3 and 4, J-Will just drove that car into downtown Shreveport. Off of turn number 4, down the front stretch. Rasco and 66 of Wilburn up in front of the nose of 36J. As they roll off a 2 down the back straightaway, Whitehead quickly disposes of Colt 45 and puts him down a circuit. Faulkner now trying to work on Case. And I'm not sure what we're looking at more than Whitehead trying to get through lap traffic right now because it's single file back here for every other position. Can Whitehead carve his way through lap traffic like a hot knife through butter like he's done already to the few cars he's disposed of? He'll continue to roar around the Boothill Speedway with the advantage in 36J. He'll pull now to the 66 of Jacob Wilburn, last year's hard charger to the main event. Not going as well for him in the 2019 edition for J. Will. Down the back straightaway, it's about to get a little bit hairy for 36J. Where's he going to go? Where's he going to hide? There are 3 different lanes wide in front, but Faulkner way too far back. It's a double standard right now on what you may need. You got 13 laps to go. You may need a caution, but then you won't have the opportunity to have lap traffic play a factor in this race, as Whitehead has certainly showed that he has the most speed for the duration and he shows consistency throughout the 50-lap affair here. As Jacob Wilburn shows respects, allows 36J to go by there, as now will approach 25 of Donald Kane, the 34 junior of Josh Daughtery, next to be a victim. As the last lap time, a 19.077 to an 18.564 for Faulkner. Faulkner clearly faster, yet does not still matter to this point. 11 laps to go now. 11 to go, and Justin Whitehead is doing 36J things again here in Greenwood tonight. So off of turn number 4, Whitehead will now approach the back bumper of the 34 junior of Daughtery. The last lap time, an 18.892 for Whitehead to an 18.708 for Faulkner. Faulkner has to drive a flawless final 10 laps here at the hill tonight. Justin Whitehead working. He's got to be careful working through. They're 3 lanes wide in front of him again. Down the back straightaway. And we have carnage down the backstretch, and Johnny Torres looks like he's hopping out of his car, and he ain't happy with Bobby Jordan. Oh, you better get your car, cuz it's rolling away. You better get your car. So Johnny Torres. Isn't that Johnny? Was that Johnny Torres? 26. Matter of fact, the quickest car on the track is Kelly Lockey in this race with a 17.615, but we're back underway. And here comes Ingalls now. I'm telling you, Jason Ingalls may have something, folks, but will he run out of time? Faulkner went way too high, wide, and handsome, and Jason Ingalls showed that he had the speed on Thursday night in time trials. Can he run down 36J? He's only got 8 more trips around to get the job done. And Justin Whitehead just turned his best lap of the race. My goodness gracious, folks. An 18.232 for Justin Whitehead on lap number 42. So on the lap that he broke here 2 years ago and allowed the Marshall Missile Derek Grigsby to walk the victor lane, on lap 42 he just turned his quickest lap in the 2019 edition. He'll hustle off a 2 down the back straightaway, separating himself from Jason Ingalls, but Ingalls has worked his way to second, relegated the 27 to third of Faulkner, fourth of the 27 to the 32 of Brandon Brown. The battle for sixth is a good one between Patton and the 55M of Ricky Ingalls. What a rebound for Ingalls after tumbling hard upside down earlier. Hopping behind his teammates Carl Myers. Tick-tock, the race clock goes. It'll be 5 more trips around the Boothill Speedway this time. Jason Ingalls really good on the restarts early, but then 36J begins to take command. It'll be 4 laps to go. Sorry, that time 3 to go. In the 1, Whitehead is set sail and throwing the keys on the counter. He's checking out of the Holiday Inn. He said, we'll see y'all in ABC Auto Parts Victor Lane. Barring a mechanical failure or catastrophe, it does appear that he is en route to victory. 2 laps to go for 36J. The driver of the Thompson Motorsports, Sains Ford, Texas' oldest Ford dealership, RaceOnTexas.com, A&T Delivery, Phone Pros, Bordelon Septic Systems, number 36J, will receive the white flag this time by, and will look to become the first repeat winner of the King of the Hill. And barring a major setback here, it appears he'll coast to ABC Auto Parts Victor Lane. Final time down the back straightaway. Last year he was crowned king, the 2018 RaceOnTexas.com Driver of the Year. Approaching 200 wins since the start of 2012, Justin Whitehead wins again at Boothill, the King of the Hill in 2019 and 36J. Battling to the line to second, 27 of Faulkner got it over Ingalls. You don't necessarily have to be a fan to show respect. This driver has been relentless in this division, and he's been pretty relentless in the limited modified division this year as well. Justin Whitehead has done it again. He's done it again, folks. He'll become the first of the King of the Hill. And he'll burn the house down to the front straightaway and use all that bass engine to the... Getting ready to climb out of the Outlaw chassis. House car 36J. Give him a hand raise for Justin Whitehead and 36J. Justin Whitehead back in ABC Auto Parts Victor Lane, the first repeat winner of the King of the Hill, and the house down to the front straightaway. His year started fantastic in the limited modified. He's won here twice this. Now his third win of the year here at Boot Hill in the factory, and back-to-back King of the Hill winner. Justin, you didn't have the fastest car all weekend at time trials. You didn't have the fastest car overall in passing points. But when it matters the most, when 50 laps is on the line, once again, Justin Whitehead and 36J is on the money. What do you got to say about this performance tonight?
I had a freaking hot rod tonight, man. It was awesome. I can't thank the guys that helped me enough. Woo! I'm a little tired.
What keeps the fire burning within for you? I mean, you've had so many accomplishments in this class. I mean, it's well documented. So accomplished in this. I mean, what keeps the fire burning within for you, Justin? I know you come out here to have fun, to race hard, but what keeps you motivated to come out here to do this time and time again?
$10,000 has a lot to do with it, but I can't thank Ricky enough for putting this show. Like I said, we didn't have a car to win yesterday, and Andrew helped me be in a lot today, and we changed a bunch of stuff, and man, did it help.
I'm going to give you an opportunity to thank all of the folks that help you out in your race car, of course. You know, I don't want to, I don't want to break. I don't want to, you know, pull any emotion out of you too much. Walk over here. I know a little bit of you had to be a little bit of an edge on you this weekend, knowing your father's down in Houston this weekend, you know, being evaluated for some health stuff. So I know that I know that was on your mind, as well as you know, your mom and your dad were watching from afar down in Houston as he's at MD Anderson this weekend. I know Justin doesn't need to have a whole lot of extra incentive to win a race for $10,000, but I know that was heavy on your heart this weekend.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be pumped. I can't thank them enough. They wanted to be here, but obviously they couldn't make it. So everybody, just keep him in your prayers.
What does this say about Outlaw race cars again? You end up back on top here. I mean, this 108 cars sold since 2012, and again, you're in victory lane here in Greenwood tonight.
Man, we worked hard. Like I said, didn't have the fastest car, and it's awesome to turn it around like that during the weekend. But I got to thank all my sponsors. Henry Motorsports, that's Darty Smith, a great guy. Sames Ford, A&T Delivery, that's Thomas Turner. He does everything in the world for us. Mike Parker standing right here. He didn't come last year because he said he was a bad voodoo, but that's obviously not the case. Pro One Transmission, WW Timber, Hadaway Towing, Race on Texas, C&D Plumbing, Thompson Motorsports, of course, Superior Graphics, my wife, my daughter, and of course all my help.
One more thing, just getting the good out of it. At any point in that race, were you ever concerned that Faulkner or Jason Ingalls, any of these guys, may be getting a run?
Man, they was going to have to move me at that point. As good as I was at the beginning, I thought I could hear his car because it already sounds kind of funny, but I guess it wasn't him.
You felt comfortable, I'm sure, when you disposed of Faulkner, because you were able to roll the bottom in 1 and 2 just so much better than everybody else. I mean, it seemed like you could get through 1 and 2 way better than anyone else here tonight.
I was not comfortable with all them lap cars. They all raced me like they was racing for 10 grand, but I can't say I wouldn't do any different.
You had no idea how far out front you were whenever you were working through that heavy lap traffic, so I'm not sure if the caution would have worked to their advantage or not. Congratulations to you, Justin, to say the least. Boy, it's impressive what you've been doing in this division, and you'll continue it on tonight. Congratulations. This is the 5th annual King of the Hill winner, and back-to-back for you. You'll head back to Hooks with a smile on your face tonight.
Hell yeah, thank y'all.
Give it up for him, race fans. Justin Whitehead wins it again here at Boot Hill. Get it. Since he won the Louisiana State. Pro Mod main event taking the green flag, getting us back underway. Gene Border in 8 has jumped out to the race lead here at Boothill. Came from 13th to 2nd, finished 4th here several weeks ago, took a couple of weeks off, and he is back. He's regrouped. He was really strong, and he was very smooth last night. And Eugene out front with the race lead of the Fast Fuel sponsor number 8 car. It's going to be one thing to get to the back bumper of Gene, but it's going to be another to dispose of him, as he's got the track. And I think these track conditions certainly suit the 8 of Boyder right now, and he's out front of command, minding his own business with the race lead. We'll see what happens. We're back underway. Oh my God. What happens is he's got 2 hungry hounds that'll be nipping at his heels. Gene Border in 8 gonna take the green from the front row. We're back underway here at Arklatex. Chris Hennigan got to get a restart. Here we go. We're back underway. Cross your fingers and cross your toes that we can get this one into the history books without another caution. As they set their sights down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Vic Jr. going to close the gap on the 8 of Gene Border. Border will get back on the throttle and roll it down the front stretch into turn number 1. As they head off into turns 1 and 2, the 8 of Gene Border going to roll the outside of the racetrack. The 4 of Doug Vic Jr. through the middle lane of the 16 of Hennigan in tow. Side by side for 4th. It's the 57 of DuPont trying to get a hit up and he'll throw the slide job on the 16 of Beasley. How do you like me now? Beasley don't like it too much, but he'll turn back down underneath. Says one slider deserves another. And Beasley up to the challenge. Beasley will drive it down to the bottom of the racetrack into 1 and 2. Can't get the job done that time. Down the back straight with it. 16 of Beasley will surrender. He'll drop to 5th. DuPont's on a march to the front. Will he run out of time? As they head down the front stretch with Gene Border still out front with the race lead in the 8 car. Border, who has won races at this racetrack since the 1980s. Matter of fact, won here in 1979 around this time, or in August, the second weekend of August of 1980. Gene Border won the feature race here, so that's pretty damn cool. That was a hot minute ago. And off of 4, Border still continues to repel the 4V of Vic Jr., the 5-time track champ at Arklatex. Looks to hunt down the man who owns the racetrack that he's won 5 titles at. And of course, the 2-time reigning champion here at Boothill, Doug Vic, is on his march to the back bumper of the 8 car of Border. Border continues to repel him into 1. Smooth and easy does it tonight. DuPont has closed the gap. The top 4 on a rope now off of turn number 4. Mike Washburn trying to get into the mix and dispose of the 16 of Beasley. He puts pressure on him. Lazy 8 of Hatton. The cream has officially risen to the top. These are your frequent flyers and your frequent drivers of Victory Lane. They're all up inside of the top 8. Trying to get back to Victory Lane for the first time since 2015 when he won the Louisiana State Championship for Mr. Leroy that night. We're back underway off of 4. Vic Jr. got a good restart. He'll pull to the back bumper of the 8 car, and here comes Doug Vic for the race lead. Down the back straightaway, Doug Vic going to separate himself from the 116 of Chris Hennigan now. And Beasley got back by the 57 of DuPont. DuPont back to 5th, and come on, guys. Hadn't raced a whole lot the last several years, but he can certainly still get the job done. One of the very well-respected racers and one of the best to ever do it out of the Arcland, Texas. Back on the loud pedal, and we're back underway. Borda leads him into 1. Vic Jr., one of the young hungry hounds, going to nip at his heels down the back straightaway as they approach 3. Gene appears that he has this one in the bag, and the white flag is out. Final time into turn number 1 he heads. Final trip into turns 1 and 2, down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. It'll be his first win since he triumphed in the Louisiana State Dirt Track Championship in 2015. 40 years after he won here as well. Gene Porter back to ABC Auto Parts Victor Lane here at the Greenwood Oval. Mix it up and have some fun time and time again. So getting ready to climb out, folks. Give him a hand in the Fast Fuel number 8, Gene Porter in 8. All right, Gene, we got to talk about this one real quick. Man, I know you've been working real hard to get this Pro Mod ironed out. We talked about it, a couple of weeks ago up at your racetrack, and you said, yeah, I think we're working on it, getting a little bit better. You came from 13th to 2nd a few races ago. Tonight, man, this thing was just set on kill. You were hooked up around this racetrack, never were really pressured.
Well, I was afraid I was in their way.
Were you? I mean, this year you've been working so hard at it. I mean, you felt like you may have been in the way these last couple of races, but this thing seemed to suit your driving style tonight.
Oh, yeah, I like it black and dry.
What do you say when I tell you that you won here 40 years ago to this weekend's date? That's pretty wild. History repeating itself, and you also won here 38 years ago to this weekend's date. We were looking over some old stuff earlier. So, the old guys can still get the job done.
Yeah, I was wondering if I could get back here.
Yeah, it'd been an uphill battle. Let's hear. I mean, I know you funded a lot of this stuff out of your own back pocket, but anybody particularly you want to thank?
Zachary and Michael and Jill.
Zachary is a big help. I know it is. Congratulations to you, Gene. First one here since 2015. Congratulations. Gene Porter and ABC Auto Parts Victor Lane for the first time since 2015. He's as good as he ever was, good as he once was, and he'll celebrate one tonight. Ricky Ingles from the front row, your winningest limited modified driver this season, will take the green flag, and we're underway off of turn number 4. Jody Davidson will fire out of a cannon into turn number 3. Davidson to the back bumper of Ingles for the top spot off of 4. Mark Underwood going to roll the bottom of the racetrack. And the racetrack's really wide and good right now for racing. As Ingles way up on the top shelf of the racetrack where Grandpa keeps the good bourbon. Grigsby gets up to the 5th spot now as Davidson receiving pressure from Underwood. Underwood will take the low line around the hill right now, but the outside line will not work to the advantage of Davidson that time by. As they hustle back off into turns 1 and 2. With sight set down the back straightaway, here comes Mark Underwood. Had a hot rod here last weekend, driving Ben Leedy's B99. As he will roll to the inside for the race lead. Here comes Mark Underwood for the race lead. Down the front straight. They're 4 wide off of 4. Oh, boy. They're 4 wide there with Ingles at 22 at Pilkington. And that war is a good one. And they're 5 wide. Oh, my goodness gracious. They were 5 wide off the exit of corner number 2. And a battle for the race lead. Up front, Mark Underwood trying to fit it to the inside of Ingles. This racetrack is prime time right now for limited racing. It's down the front straightaway in the midpoint. You need 2 sets of eyeballs right now. You got a hell of a battle brewing for the race lead, and you've got them literally still 3 and 4 and 5 wide around this Boothill Speedway right now. Final race of the night, and Mark Underwood just took the race lead. Oh, boy, a dead heat at the line. A dead heat at the line that time in Ruston, Louisiana's Mark Underwood Jr. Catfishing around the bottom of the racetrack. Couldn't go any lower than a med cat in the Red River right now. Holy smokes, Mark Underwood's digging the night around the bottom. Ingles can't contend with it on the outside. The cushion's pushed a little too far out now. The cushion a little too high and wide there for him to get a big run to propel him down the front straightaways in the backstretch. as Davidson can only watch the battle taking place up in front as the Marshall missiles up to 4th. As Underwood comfortably out front now, but Ingles trying to get it wound up top again. Ingles rolling like a yo-yo with no string around the outside of the Boothill Speedway, but still being relegated by the 99 junior of Mark Underwood Jr. Ingles has got it up on the top shelf. Tippy-toeing around it. There's a thin line there between love and hate. And he's loving it right now, but he is not picking up the slack. He's losing inches, but he got a big run that time down the back straightaway for the race lead. Here comes Ingles now. Ricky Ingles trying to close the gap again on the Ruston racer, Mark Underwood Jr. A pair of Ingles Racing Performance chassis built by his nephew, Jason Ingles, as they roll back up into 1. Final race of the night here at the Greenwood Oval, the home of the Louisiana State Track Championship since 1973. It's Ricky Ingles who took a violent tumble in turn 3 earlier in the last chance qualifier in the factory stocks. He returns to the cockpit of this number 81 IRP, and he ain't ever scared. The old man can, I don't want to call him old, but the man can still get the job done, and he's trying to get a sense of redemption tonight and revenge for what happened to the factory stock. And here he comes for the race lead. Here comes Ricky Ingles now. Ingles up on the cushion. Ricky has really got to hope on a prayer here that Mark Underwood makes a bobble or a mistake, or this lap traffic bottles him up. Lap traffic going to become a factor and become a reality here as they roll off at turn number 4. The first car to be a victim will be the 9J of Laxton as they approach him into turn number 1. Laxton will be the first car. Underwood gets bottled up, but just like Whitehead did in the factory stock main event, he separated himself by a sizable enough advantage at this juncture that Ingles can't take advantage. Underwood goes by. Who will be the next victim? Down the boulevard into off of turn number 4 this time. Underwood approaches lap traffic. 5 laps to go. 5 trips around the Boothill Speedway for Mark Underwood Jr. He's driven a flawless race now. A feature race winner here a season ago. He started on the front row last week, driving Ben Leedy's Western Flyer B99, and he came home with a solid top 5 finish. If Ingles wants to do anything, he's going to have to get the caution that he's looking for. And it doesn't appear that it'll happen tonight to save him, as Underwood has set sail and separated himself by nearly an entire straightaway advantage after Ingles gave it all he had for as long as he could. As your limited modified main event looking to go caution free. Getting down to the final 2 circuits that count the most. Barring a mechanical failure or catastrophe, it appears that Mark Underwood Jr. will coast the ABC Auto Parts victory lane tonight as he rolls through 3 and 4, this time to 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go for Mark Underwood Jr. This time through turns 3 and 4, the white will be coming out for the Ruston, Louisiana Rocket, Mark Underwood. He'll head down the back straightaway for the final time through turns 3 and 4. The driver of the Team Wild Pedal Motorsports Ingles Racing Performance chassis number 9. Oh, and he way off the racetrack coming to the checkers. What happened to Underwood? He broke coming to the checkers. Holy smokes, but he still wins it. Oh my goodness. Mark Underwood broke coming to the checkers, but he was able to hold on to it. Oh my goodness. After starting on the front row here, John and Ben Leedy's car last week, give him a hand, race fans, for Mark Underwood Jr. I haven't seen anybody just run away from Ricky Ingles this year, and the Ruston, Louisiana racer did just that after he scored a solid 5th place finish driving Ben Leedy's B99 last weekend. Mark Well, you were on. You're putting the whip to that bad boy tonight, man. That thing had to feel really good from where you were sitting. Let's tell us about what happened coming through 3 and 4 to the checkered.
Looks like the bottom ball joint broke.
The good news is you had separated yourself by a pretty good margin there. Where I guess you could have given that mistake, but man, you had to have been pretty nervous coming to the checkered.
Yeah, I was. I just gassed on it as hard as I could and hoping it would turn.
How does it make you feel when I tell you separated yourself from Ingles? You guys raced side by side. He had that outside line momentum working his advantage for a good, 8 or 9 laps. But once you were able to finally get the bottom rolling really well to your advantage, I mean, you set sail and checked out on him out there.
Yeah, he's one of the best in the limited, so it was really cool beating him.
Yeah, he's been really good here this year with 3 wins, the winningest driver at the racetrack. I know it has to be a feather in the cap for you and this race team. Let's hear about all the great folks that help you out, Mark.
I got Brownville Cleaners, Dirt Hands Drivetrains, that's my brother, Spunky Monkey Motorsports, and that's my dad, and my cousin with E3 Construction.
Feels good to get back to Boothill Speedway, Victor Lane, doesn't it?
It does.
You had a couple here the last couple years, but man, you've had a little bit of tough luck this year. But man, I know it's a huge shot in the arm for this race team.
Yep, it's finally going my way, it looks like.
Yes, sir. That IRP was rolling tonight. Congratulations to you, Mark.
Thank you.
Your King of the Hill winner for 2 straight years. They come out of Northeast Louisiana. His winner was Chase Del Rio from West Monroe, and tonight from Ruston, Louisiana, the 99 Junior of Mark Underwood Jr. scores it and sits in ABC Auto Parts Victory Lane.